all this talk lately about the Japanese. Let me share this with you, my friends. It's so basic to me. Why is Japan strong? Why is Japan strong? Whatever deal we cut with Japan, we cut it from a position of strength. We cut the deal. We said to them, we big guys, you little guys. We make big stuff, you make little stuff. We make B-1 bombers, it makes no sense. You make ships, radios, televisions, cars. They say we accept that deal. We can only defend Japan. America can defend the whole world. They say we accept that deal. Right now we have a $300 billion a year military budget. $150 billion set aside to defend Europe and Japan. A, Europe and Japan can better defend themselves. B, nobody's after them. C, we need the money to build more buildings on this campus. Why is Japan strong? Let's face it. Japan reinvest in Japan. That's honeybee sense. Doesn't have a PhD for that. If a honeybee gets a flower, nectar from that flower, it won't just fly away. No matter how gratified it may be, the honeybee drops pollen where it picks up nectar. Because it feeds the flower it robs. The honeybee reinvests in the flower that fed it. There are no honeybee hives that are abandoned. There are no slum honeybee hives. There are no homeless honeybees. There are no American honeybees flying to Japan asking Japanese honeybees for a break. Honeybees reinvest in the flower that they rob. Why is Japan strong? Japan sends their children to school 11 months a year. They pay teachers at the level that we pay doctors and lawyers. They want the most disciplined minds teaching their children. Why are they strong? They educate their children while we jail hours. Why are they strong? They teach their children 6 and 7 languages while we teach ours English only. Why are they strong? Japan has built a train that goes 400 miles per hour. You can go from Boston to LA in 8 hours on such a train. We sent a man to the moon to get the moon rocks came back, no earthly value. If we built a train from Boston to LA, we could lay the beds, make the steel, lay the rail, drive the trains, build the trains, put workers that brought them back to work, put America back to work. We need a higher vision. Rebuild America is the theme of this decade. Why is Japan strong? Japan has a 10-year, $3 trillion plan to rebuild their roads, their bridges, and their sewers, their infrastructure. We have a 10-year, $3 trillion plan to defend them while they do it. It's time to reinvest in America. Somebody say amen. Last year, not one child from New Haven went to Yale. In the state, Connecticut, last year, while we were closing down libraries and cutting back on courses for teachers in special education, in the state we're building 6,000 new jail cells, 85,000 per cell, and 24,000 a year to maintain them. In the state last year, while cutting back on scholarships and teacher pay, the child was at school in Wyndham for a year. They spent on that child $4,600, Hartford, Bridgeport, or New Haven. That child was at school in Greenwich and West Hartford. They spent on that child $9,600 a year. One program for success, one for mediocrity and failure. In the state, one goes to Robertson Penitentiary for a year, $36,000. One goes to Yale for a year, $18,000. It costs twice more to go to jail than to go to Yale. change our priorities. Something is wrong about that. Don't stop there. Here are a generation of children who, for them, going to jail is a step up. Once they are jail, they'll no longer be hit by drive-by shootings. Once they are jail, it's warm in the wintertime. It's cool in the summertime. Once they are jail, they have adult supervision, organized recreation, balanced meals, trade training, access to medicine. They have everything in jail they should have in our communities. It's time to rebuild America. It's time to change our priorities. And graduates, this thing comes down to character. Well, I'm proud of your degrees today. Your parents are here in celebration. And all that you're getting, get character. And all that you're getting, have a sense of integrity. And all that you're getting, have a sense of character. One time, Jesus was asked about this question, about character, often difficult to define by some dictionary definition. He said, well, put it this way. Once a man was walking down the street tending to his business, kind of like the man driving the truck in L.A., and he was beaten up and left to die. He said, one man came down the street, a man of God, a priest, a rabbi, a minister, and he had his attaché kit in his hand, his Bible, and his song book in his hand. He saw the man dying and bleeding. He crossed to the other side and kept walking, busy going to sing and pray and worship. Heavenly bound, no earthly good. Another man came down the street of his own race, as in my brother. He saw him bleeding and dying, and he walked across to the other side and kept walking as well. But another man came down the street of another race and another religion called the Samaritan, and he stopped. That's the real decree. He stopped. That's the real examination. That's the real fellowship. He stopped and helped the man who was dying. It was an expression of character. In all of our getting, let us not forget man who's beaten, abused, bleeding, and dying, whose back is against the wall. I spoke at the school some years ago, grads, and I leave you today as I challenge you to make America better. To use your minds, use your votes, use your power. You cannot sit here as the graduating class, Christians of a political institution, and get a diploma and not have a registered voter card in your pocket and have a sense of conscience or a sense of decency. For this right to vote. Sermon, Griffin, and training, two Jews, one black, were bulldozed to death with their eyes wide open. For this right to vote, Kimberly Jackson, 15-year-old student shot and killed in the back. For the right to vote, Valerie Lisa, a black mother from Detroit called Nigger Lover, was killed for the right to vote. 4 little girls blown up in the church in Birmingham, Alabama, for the right to vote. Matt Nelson in jail 27 years. We got it. In this state, if every college student registered to vote, if every high school senior registered to vote, you can change the course of Connecticut politics on higher education. You have the power to move us from welfare and jail care to daycare and child start and child care. You got that power. It's about the character to make America